Hot mic.
All right. We're missing someone. Hey, Bubba, did you post on YouTube the one from last week with Dawson? I have not yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, we put these on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I was like, I know I've seen bits and pieces and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And I assume some YouTube.
Yeah, well, we post the full length on YouTube. I think Bubba posted first. I usually come and get like a
snippets or
no, I'll get it on like a what's it called, thumb drive, and post it
there
a couple days later.
It's probably hard to post all.
Yeah.
Well, can you I'm gonna call it live stream it and then it instantly post?
Yeah, I think there is a live version. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason we don't or haven't done that is, like Bubba said, we don't have a camera guy to
switch it up, move around.
Yeah. So. Well, the first few weeks we had, what was his name? Luke Dog?
Yeah, we had Luke Dog here for a minute.
Yeah, so we'd have like cool graphics on the screen.
Oh. Well, that's what one of my, what's it called? Twitch marketing for the gamers.
Okay,
I don't do any of that stuff, but I have a client that makes like $80,000 to $100,000 a month.
That's serious stuff. Yeah.
I was like, because I was talking to the wife, and I was like, "What does the husband do?" Like, she explained it to me. I was like,
"How do you write that up?" As
well,
1099.
I was like, "Why do you need $100,000 in computer equipment on your home insurance?" And he's like, "Well, I work from home." I go, "What do you do in your house?" Like,
what the hell?
I had a client one time that was this was on a lease, but he was sold sex toys internationally, and so like I was showing the townhome to lease or whatever, and he's like, "Just full disclosure, this is what I'm gonna do." And he worked from home.
Yeah,
but he had like cam girls and things like that too. So I was like, I don't know. He's a real nice guy, but a little out there. But
like, hey,
but yeah, I mean,
make a buck.
FedEx was showing up every 2 days.
Is that your favorite client?
I got some horror stories on that guy, but
are you for real?
I am for real. Speaking of, are you for real?
Look who we have here.
It's Blaine Brawley with Goosehead Insurance.
Goosehead.
Yeah, the goose.
So so just real quick, Goosehead Insurance. It's kind of like a brokerage, right?
Exactly.
That's the way I sell you to my clients and stuff. When I refer you, I don't sell them. Referring, right? Is that you're not just stuck with whatever insurance company it is. You go out and shop and find the best deal and kind of work it around whatever fits their needs best, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I telling correct?
Super 10,000 foot view. Client calls in. We quote you with over 85 different carriers, depending on the situation. Mm-hmm. We don't just look for price for clients. That's what most clients look for, but it's actually protecting their biggest asset they're probably ever going to purchase in their home and their auto. Most people go bankrupt from a bad insurance claim kind of situation.
Or for the Twitch guy's computers.
Or the Twitch guy's computer that you don't ask questions about. You don't want an $80,000 claim not getting covered.
See, and that's for how many people, I mean, do you think just about everybody that has homeowners insurance and they have, a $20,000 computer or, a high dollar ring and they don't have it covered.
It's the biggest E&O claim, period. Yeah. It's one of the questions that I ingrain in my guys is like, hey, you have to ask about other things and talk about sublimits, which when you talk to a client, 9 out of 10, none of them ever heard that from another agent.
So what's the best way for them to obviously document it, whatever it is, take photos.
Yeah.
Right?
One of the things I kind of tell people, it's like, if it's a ring, things like that, it's an appraisal.
Yep.
End of the day, that's what the carrier is going to want. But if you move into a house, the easiest thing to do is you literally take a video. You move in, you put all your stuff, and you take a video and you upload it to the cloud, and you've got proof of everything you have. It's a super simple way of doing it. Most people are like, oh, I need to audit this, that, the other. No, you got it on video or photos, you got it.
Mm-hmm. Just take your cell phone, whip it out, and do a video.
Quite literally, it's 5 minutes, and you're good.
So when you see like Rolex taped on my watch, look at this Rolex.
I question that
just roll into someone else's house, video and all their stuff.
This is the special room.
Ooh, quick edit, real quick. Like,
oh, that was my client stuff.
It turns to AI all of a sudden.
Do y'all use AI in insurance?
Well,
I mean, to an extent, I guess.
So we literally just launched something as a corporate company with our service team where now you answer AI. So when you get Goosehead first, like if you call our service team, it's an AI. I mean, I think they call it Lily. I don't know about the name. I forget. I just don't listen to that stuff.
Chandelier.
Probably Shanda is probably what
Chandelier.
it is. But they call in and the AI translates what they want where they need, and if the AI can handle it, they do. And if they need to get you a service agent, then they get you to a specialized. But AI, like, we do have some stuff where it's like it'll help an agent, like, hey, this is what most other agents sell a client in this situation. But for the most part, you know your product or you don't, and you try to get them to the right spot. So it's hard. It's hard. I don't see AI taking over many sales roles. I still think there's a relationship that matters.
No, that's, you know, same thing with us in real estate. I still think that you still need that handshake. You still need that, you know, authenticity of a person, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
well, there's just a lot of real life experience that AI is never going to deal with that we have. And then we can talk through, whether it's the real estate side, insurance side, all that. You can talk through things however you need to and want to, and just be able to help them out.
Or talk shit.
Yeah, or talk shit about them. Okay, everybody hates insurance. I get yelled at on the daily.
Yeah.
It's like Chris Rock said, in case shit happens.
Yeah.
If shit don't happen, should I, Blaine, tell me why I'm not getting my money back.
There's a lot of reasons, probably.
Yeah. So I was in the car business. I was in insurance business. Now I'm in real estate business.
You did Allstate.
Yeah.
Right.
And then now next is a lawyer. I'm trying all
Working
of
your
them.
way up.
That's a commitment to get an attorney.
All those industries that people hate hate the people.
Little did we know, Bubba's studying hard for the was it the bar exam?
The bar exam.
Nighttime.
Yeah, the bar. Yeah, down the street here at the bar.
There you go. Yeah, there's bar exam right there, bar exam over there.
Hey, so we go everywhere.
That's what downtown Denison has going for us.
That's right. Construction and bars.
I remember when I was, you know, speaking of when I was with Allstate, I remember doing all that stuff. Shoot, that was back. When did I leave there? 2000, 2001.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple years ago because you did like all the renters policies and sold
them
that way. I remember the combo.
So I did that. So just starting out, you know, I was like, okay, you know, I was out hustling. I even did some damn door knocking. I hated that. So I thought there's another way. And so kind of like a door knocking, I went to, I found apartments that required renters insurance. And so I went to this one, and I remember, I forget the name of the complex. But anyway, they had multiple complexes around Plano, Grand Prairie, Dallas, or whatever. Anyway, required them. Anyways, I got in, got my foot in the door. My wife worked for a company that did this high-end tanning, you know, stuff for women and stuff. So I'd get free samples of that, then have pool parties.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I had them locked in.
Yeah, I remember the pool party part.
Yeah, and they referred me to every one of them. So I had hundreds of faxes a day of applications.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd come in the mornings, and it was just my whole floor would be just covered in fax, like it'd be out of paper. Yeah, for, you know, the applications, because they had the copies of the application. I don't even know if you can do that anymore, but.
No, we're all e-sign. That's why you say fax and paper.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Get that away from me.
So they, in all their folders, every time they presented, said, here it is, and you have to require renters insurance. You know, just fill this out. Boom.
So it's on the spot, huh?
Pretty much on the spot. I mean, I had to get in there and
type it in the system.
Put everything in, but it was pretty simple. It was pretty
renters. It's pretty black and white. You either have coverage.
Yeah.
It's really.
It's not like you made $1 billion off one policy. You know, it's only like $20 maybe.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
But when you had hundreds of those, I mean, just rolling in. And when I left the insurance business, I mean, that book of business, like the guys have been there 25, 30 years. They were calling me, fighting over that book of business.
Did you sell it to them?
Huh?
Did you sell it to them?
Oh, yeah.
You got to sell it.
Oh, yeah.
When you're getting out, got to do something with it. You want that money.
I mean, I sat on it for a while.
Yeah.
You know, there was all the residual and all that. So.
Did you do any kind of referral fee or anything like? Oh, in real estate, you get like a referral fee if you send a referral, you get like 20-30% or whatever closed to.
Can you even do that?
No, there's a lot of no-nos.
Yeah, I think they have similar rules like we do.
Wait, there's rules in insurance.
Well,
it might be why we're getting into the jams we are now because of the easy free stuff that's happened over.
Yeah,
I don't know so much y'all's in, but like other people's ends with like supplemental claims, things like that have been kind of.
Yeah, I mean, COVID, not the sickness, but literally just the time of it when everything got more expensive with the claims, and that's where they really started looking at all the roofing stuff. And nothing against roofers, this, that, and the other, except for one that's local.
Is it Cody?
I don't know his last name, Waddle, but he quacks like a duck. But he is kind of one of the guys that I trust. It is what it is there. But most things, the claims just started getting kind of outrageous, and there wouldn't be enough damage for it to actually warrant the claim. But they would pay it because they would make it seem like enough. And
Yeah.
then all these people got getting new roofs when they didn't need it, and this, that, and the other, and now construction cost, and it keeps adding up, and now everybody's dealing with it.
Well, the chickens have come home to roost, as they say, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know. I mean, my insurance it's more than doubled
Oh yeah.
since
And probably
21.
Yeah, I was gonna say most people. I had a client today. He's like, "Hey, mine doubled." I go, "Hey, you're still in the best spot by like $600." And he's not even with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You sit on this policy until I tell you to leave it."
Yeah.
Because he's still got a 1% deductible on his roof, and he's still got
Yeah, you
replacement
don't have
cost
that anymore.
coverage and all that stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Bro, yes, they did double,
Yeah.
but you're still like, I would stay here.
Yeah.
I could move you somewhere, save you $1,000. It's not a better spot." And he's like, "Wait, what? You can save me money and you won't take it?" I go,
Yeah.
"I would stay."
So that's back when I was in insurance, people would say, "Oh, my auto insurance went up." I said, "Yeah, you're in that pool." So what I explained, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but when you get an insurance policy, you're in a pool, right? Everybody dumps in that pool, dumps the money into that pool, and they pull out of that pool every time you make a claim, right? Or claims, or they pulling out the money out of there. If you're in that pool where there's a bunch of accidents and a lot of claims, your rates are going up.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't have an accident or anything, your rates are still going up because you're in this pool.
Well, like even the hurricanes affect us up here.
Yeah. Oh,
Like people don't
Yeah,
think
that's what I
about
was-
that. Like, and then like
Hurricanes,
the
like the-
freezes that happen up here affect them down
Yeah.
there. You got to spread it out.
you
Otherwise,
got to spread
people
it out,
couldn't
or
afford
you
it. Like
can't. Yeah.
El Paso is the perfect example. Nothing happens out there,
Yeah.
but their insurance has to adjust
Yeah.
accordingly because we couldn't afford ours if theirs didn't go up also.
Yeah.
Do they have like cartel shooting insurance?
Not really. It's a whole like vandalism.
I used to
No.
send
Government.
people out to go, to Geico or something.
Murder.
Go there for 6
go
months,
and
and then
come
we'll
back.
bring you back into
Yeah.
a new pool.
Yeah. Well, no, I tell people all the time. It's like, hey, if you leave me every year, I will long term make more money. And they're
Yeah.
like, wait, what? I go, yeah. If I've had you for a year, I made my new business off of you.
Yeah.
Leave. If I tell you to leave, it's better for you. And to come back, it's better for me.
And I used to do that all the time. Send them out, and then they end up
You just
coming
have
back.
to like. I know other agents and other whatever areas. Sorry, it just started pouring rain, so
Yeah.
I'm distracted.
Yeah.
Did the storm
But just
hit?
knowing other agents, and I just pass them out. Hey, call me back in a year.
Speaking of all this rain, what about flood insurance?
Flood is a booger. I'm dealing with one right now. It's a manufactured home, about 9 feet off the ground. But most people don't have flood insurance. Most people don't need it. It's just the reality of it. I can't legally, every time I say it to a client, it's like, hey, insurance plan, I'm going to tell you whatever helps you sleep at night, you need flood insurance. I'm going to take my insurance hat off and then tell you you probably don't need flood insurance on this location.
Yeah.
I had a client moving from California, and she's like, "Oh, it's only $800 a month, $800 a year. I'm used to paying $6,000 for my fire insurance, and your home insurance is only $22." She's buying a brand new home, and she's like, "Oh, I can get flood insurance and still be saving $5,000." I go, "Yeah, but you probably don't need it."
Yeah.
And I got up at the flood map and showed her and sent her a screenshot. She's like, "Oh," but at the same time, 40% of floods that happen down in Harvey, in Houston, were in this same flood zone that we're sitting in right now, which is flood zone X.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of one of those, like, you never know what you're going to know until the
yeah.
system is tested. And that's what happened in Houston.
Yep.
It got tested and it got flooded.
Yeah.
Houston
And it was-
floods all
It was,
the time.
yeah, it was crazy.
Well, and a lot of people don't understand what flood insurance is.
Yeah,
They think it's if your pipes bust and your house floods.
Well,
that's
that's
flood
what-
insurance.
Yeah, no, I've started every time because people think that. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, no, the rising of water on normally dry land, 2 or more acres or 2 or more properties. And they're like, oh, so not the pipes. I go, that's why I lead with the flood, and you're not covered for that because you are covered for these water coverages that we're about to talk about. But most people are like, oh, but what about the flood? I go, it's different. Like, they just think about pipes breaking.
Yeah, and we deal with the same thing, with our disclosures.
Yeah.
Filling that out. They're like, oh yeah, we had, no,
Flood zone denied.
it means something totally different.
Yeah.
You put that one up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's a head scratcher for most people, but it's crazy how much optional coverage that is. People don't think about, like, we've got this new product that I would definitely won't say the company's name, but it's one of those where I'm like, man, we can sell this. You other agents feel good about what you're giving to the clients. And I told my guys in my office, I go, this is a last resort for this, because in my opinion, it's so bad for the clients, but clients take it because it's $2,000 cheaper sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but if they ever need it,
They just
That's
usually they're
doesn't
just giving
cover.
because they have to have it.
yeah, it's a fun one.
What do you got, Jeff?
Man, I think the biggest thing for me, and Bubba, we've talked about this. Everybody's kind of, and we're in full disclosure to what's her name, Trisha in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Bubba and I are realtors. Blaine's an insurance dude, so we do different, from different realms of the same world, if you will. but everybody's kind of hung up on the rates. Interest rates are like interest rates are driving the prices of homes up.
Yeah.
But once we kind of get into the bread and butter of it, and we discussed this on prior podcasts, insurance.
I take the fault. So,
Yeah. So we blame Brawley's fault that housing is unaffordable.
Yeah, his name is Blame Brawley.
Blame Brawley. Blame Brawley.
Damn, hey, that's it. You need to use that.
Blame Brawley.
Blame Brawley.
That'd be a good
Insurance gone up.
Yeah.
Blame Brawley.
You do like a little
Blame.
Debbie Downer bad news segment. Wah, wah.
Well, hey, every time.
But it's true. It's the truth of the matter. And it's not really Blaine's fault. You know, and actually I'd refer a lot of my clients to Blaine because he does do shopping outside of, you know, just trying to save them the most amount of money, get them the best coverage as well. So he knows what he's doing. So, but I think, I think that's something that, Blaine, maybe you can explain it a little better than me. But
I mean, the reality is kind of what I tell people. Texas is growing because we're in the Texas market, so that's just kind of where we're at. Every time we build a new home, that usually means 2 more drivers, a new roof, new home, 2 more vehicles, and so every time one of these hailstorms, tornadoes, or floods comes through, it's going to cause more damage. And so the more damage, the more insurance is going to cost because you got to spread that out. And yes, more people are paying the premium, but there's way more damage done than there's people paying.
Correct.
And so the only way that carriers can do that is they're going to make their, I don't know if it's 30%, but they're going to make their money and they're going to get it from the client. So as all this goes up and the cost to repair and replace and fix and this, that, and the other, and like people think about it, they go, oh, my car's safer than it's ever been. It's like, well, yeah, all those safety features cost a lot of money. And if you have that accident still, they got to get fixed. And so it costs more than ever to fix them. And you have to have specialty this, specialty that.
yeah.
And it's just, it drives the rates up and up and up. And I've kind of told people, it's like, hey, you know how you used to probably didn't pay for glass, or like you would not pay your deductible and they'd fix your windshield. I've had clients get canceled because they filed too many of those. And so I've started like doing the math for folks. I'm like, hey, how often does this happen? Once every 3 years, depending on, you save $200 a year for not having the coverage. But then when you file the claim, they're going to increase your rate because you have the coverage. So they're making you pay for it. They're increasing your rate because you filed the claim. And all this stuff is like long-term self-insure on a lot of things. And people are like, then what's insurance for? I go, catastrophic events. You totaled your vehicle. I got hit over here off Main Street. She ran a red light, didn't have insurance because it canceled 22 days before she T-boned me. Totaled my 2018 truck.
Yeah.
And glad I had good coverage.
Underinsured.
Yeah, uninsured motorists.
Uninsured.
Yeah,
Uninsured,
well, that's
right?
what it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, so like speaking of windshields and stuff, like I'd get a chip in my windshield. You know, father-in-law, he'd go get a new windshield. You know, when he had a little chip. You know, like you were just talking about. But in my day, no, it's not like get a chip. I wait for it to crack
real
all the way
bad,
across.
all the way across.
Because hell, they're your windshields are $1,500. Number one.
Yeah.
And then you have the deductible and all that. And
Oh yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah. Well, most people like a lot. I used to push what's like a $0 deductible or a $50 deductible for glass.
Yeah.
Because 5 years ago, it didn't really matter. I would say it barely affected your insurance on auto. The past 5 years though, it's changed a lot. And I tell people all the time, it's like, hey, $500 deductible is not a thing anymore. We carry 1,000 in my agencies. And then you don't do glass unless you have a super nice, like $100,000 car. Then it might make sense because those claims are $5,000.
Well, they got all these fancy glasses now.
Yeah, well, and most people, they run their safety sensors through the glass. So not only do you have to replace the glass, you have to recalibrate all those sensors.
Oh, yeah.
And so that adds another $600-800 to what it was normally a $1,000 glass is now $2,000 because of all that fun stuff. So you got to deal with that, and it's just kind of it's the cost of it, but most people don't think about 5 years of that one claim.
Yeah.
Because I had a client this week, probably maybe last week, but I talked through it with them. I go, yeah, you had a $600 claim. What happened? And they're like, well, I backed into my mailbox. Okay. Claim was $1,500. You paid your $5.
Yeah.
And then they gave you $1,000, right? And I go, all right, how much did they raise your rate the next year? And they're $150 a month. Math doesn't math. They got their money back that next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're paying that for the next 4 years because you had an at-fault accident with your mailbox. And so had he just paid out of pocket, he would have saved himself $4,000 over the course of the 5 years.
Yeah.
And so most people don't think through that. I tell every client, like, hey, it's not if you have a claim. When you have it, you call me. If you have any idea of what to do, or how do you want to say it? If you're not 100% sure of what to do, you call me, and you're never going to be 100% sure what to do.
So when they call you, you just go right in put a
Oh, I
claim,
don't, no,
claim,
no.
don't you?
Yeah, no, absolutely
kidding,
not.
I'm
That's
just
why they call me.
I'm
That's
just
why
kidding.
they call me.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's the way too many times I hear stories of, oh well, I called my claims department
And you're
to
like,
ask
oh
a
my
question,
God.
and I go, that's why you had 6 $0 claims on your record.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I thought they could be taken off. No,
Like how many times do we run across, disclosures and figuring out like, okay, yeah, there's hail damage, a claim made, and you're going, when was the roof replaced? 15 years ago. When you're like, wait a second, this was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's what I mean. The biggest thing right now, and I'm talking about it in a couple weeks.
Enjoy paying cash for it. So.
Yeah.
It's when was the roof replaced, and you'll see a $4,000 or $5,000 claim. It's like, okay, was there repairs? No. So did you commit insurance fraud?
Yeah.
Because you didn't. Like, how was your roof still?
Yeah, it's
like,
insane because people, it's common. I see it a lot. And especially I'll go on a listing appointment and they'll be like, yeah, but we use that money for that. I'm like, well, you're going to have to pay cash to replace that roof then.
Yeah, when you sell, that's got to get done.
Yeah, because it shows up on what's called a clue report.
Yeah.
And
That's the first thing. Yeah, well, no, I mean, clue reports are the first thing that I run. It's not that I don't trust people anymore after being in insurance for 10 years, but I don't trust the clients to remember a claim on home or auto. And so the first thing I'll do is I'll run clue reports and tell clients, it's like, hey, you're good. Here's this 2019 claim. You said it's 2020 roof. Maths. But even recently, I was dealing with a roofer and one trying to get a new roof on a house, and they like straight up told us, "Oh yeah, we kept the 10,000," and we're just like, we just kept it. We thought we were getting free money. The roof was fine. It wasn't leaking. I was like, now you're trying to sell your house, and your roof is awful. And they're like, now you're gonna pay $40,000 because you waited 5 years
because it ain't paying out.
Yeah, and they're not gonna pay out, and you have to sell that house, and it's like an 18-year-old roof and all this stuff, and it's just like, you should have done what you're supposed to do.
Well,
and taking care of it.
Anybody that's buying the house is going to do the proper due diligence, and so it's,
that's where it got caught was in that pre-buy inspection.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So this comes up a lot as well as these roofs, right? So I had one. We were selling a property, and I guess the roof was 11 years old.
Yeah.
I had the roofer already out there pre-inspect. 2 roofers said no, it doesn't need a new roof. But the insurance, three or four insurance companies wouldn't cover it because it was over 10 years old.
Was it a 3-tab? Do you remember that one?
I don't.
So 3-tabs like just a really low asphalt shingle roof.
Yeah.
It's like the older, even if it's 11 years old. Like a lot of people.
The seller thought it was the badass roof, the best shingle composition that you could ever get, right?
My roof's fine. Yeah, no.
But anyway, so what's that all about?
I mean, so right now in Texas, insurance companies, they obviously like the newer roof. Surprise!
Yeah.
it's gonna last longer. But a majority of even some carriers right now that I've got, if it's over a year old, they won't want it. So it's literally has to be a basically brand new roof, 0 to 1 year. But if it's 10 years or older, it kind of cuts your carrier pool in half, quite frankly. This just is what it is. Everybody through COVID, so many people pulled out of Texas home insurance. They're slowly coming back in with all these limitations. But as a roof gets older, it's not priceless, but it's worth less. And so most carriers right now, if it's 10 years or older, they do actual cash value, which is basically a depreciated value, just like a car would be. So just like with a roof, they'll do 3 to 5% off every year, and eventually your roof is priceless. Worthless. But if it's over 15 years in Texas, I'm not going to say not. There's like a 1% chance you can find a replacement cost roof so that you can get through closing with a roof that age.
So is this forcing the homeowners to make a claim to get their roof replaced?
Or pay cash. So
realistically, how many pay cash?
Well, they're going to try to file a claim. That's what I mean, if it ever comes up,
there's very few people. I could probably count on one hand in my lifetime that people have paid cash for a roof.
Yeah, you definitely want to try. I always tell people, it's like, hey, have a roofer come out and see if there's damage. If you're in that situation, you're selling and you need to replace the roof, have a roofer come out and take a check of it. But sometimes, I've had 3 or 4 that weren't claim worthy, but they had to pay. I guess y'all would know this side of it, where they take the proceeds of it to pay the roofer at closing and all that kind of stuff. So it's a cash buy, but not insurance related. But that's happened a lot lately, and I
think you're going to see a lot of that coming.
Down
the
pike.
pike.
You have to. It's just.
Around here, everybody's got a new roof since 2023, probably in Sherman, because they've got hit 5 times.
Well, weren't they doing like the area claim, like before they would send an adjuster, but they were like actually had like a grid area of like, oh, if you're in that area, they wouldn't even send the adjuster.
Yeah, because it was that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's what I mean. There's parts of Sherman that it's been so bad so many times. I know I've got one client, and I ran something for him yesterday. I go, man, like I told you, you had to file those 7 claims over the course of 2 years because you had roofs and they got smoked. But I go, we can't move you until 2028. You are stuck with whatever carriers you're with. Sell the properties if you need to get rid of insurance. Yeah. Because you can't.
Yeah.
So that an investor, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, he's – but yeah, I mean, roofs – and I kind of tell people too, people think Class 4 roofs awesome. And don't get me wrong, they're good quality roofs. But like when it comes to insurance, 15 years is 15 years. And so it doesn't matter what quality roof it was. If you went 15 years after that, right now it's cool. Your roof did what it was supposed to. And you still got a really good roof. You paid a couple extra $1,000 for it. But like I tell people, get the best asphalt shingle roof or architectural shingle roof that you can get without upgrading.
So we were just talking about this last time, right? So we were talking about, metal roofs, different types of roofs. Yeah. Insurance wise, is it better now? I mean, I know it used to be, but what about now?
I mean,
did the insurance catch up and go, huh?
Well, so yeah, metal roofs is kind of one of those where insurance has finally gone, they'll cosmetic exclusion it all. So it'll look like a golf ball, but if it functionally works fine, no leaks. Doesn't care if it looks like this wall over here. If it functionally works, they don't care anymore. They put a cosmetic exclusion because of what they used to do. And they're like, oh, it's a Class 4 standing seam roof, blah, 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 all those things. Sure, it's going to last forever. Yeah. But like people still file the claims because it would look like a golf ball. Yeah. And back then they would pay because they took care of that. Now they just put all these things in with insurance where it's like, yeah, it has to functionally not be working for us to do anything.
No, that makes sense.
And so, but price wise, they also on the flip side with insurance, they're like, hey, this is a $70,000 roof versus a $30,000. Yeah. So if it gets damaged,
that's what I was kind of getting at.
Be bigger.
Are you gonna? Because before you used to have the big discounts, and I'm sure you do probably more. The first 3 years or whatever. Right. But now has all that gone up as well? Because now they're going, well, holy crap, these roofs.
Well, it's more data, and it's kind of the same thing with solar panels.
Yeah. Oh, that was
it's kind of like it's kind of the newer thing that's going on right now. Everybody's like, oh, get solar panels, green, and yada yada. Just one more thing that people don't understand and hasn't, like we don't have the data.
Yeah, people think you got solar panels, your electricity's free. We had a guest on here talking about his, and I think he actually pays more.
Does he?
Because
with the solar, remember? I mean, he was giving us like so he had the payments of the solar panel, and he's still paying $100 and something in electric. So on top,
and he didn't get the bank battery,
battery bank or whatever.
Of course, it was like $10,000 or $15,000 extra. So
that's what I've priced solar just for fun on something, and I was like, because I talked through it with them, and they're like, if you're worried about having power all the time, you still have to have all this backup stuff, and then even at that, if y'all go 7 days like we did during the freeze without power, those batteries are gone, and so it's like, well, if you're worried about that, you need generators, and then you need it off the natural gas, but then you also need the backup on that.
Yeah, you always got it back up.
At that point, we're just living off the grid.
Yeah,
so
might as well. It's like just get 20 acres and go.
Let's just go. Let's go hunting.
So speaking of that one guest about the solar panel, so this is a question I had. Is like, okay, I've got solar panels on my roof, right? I got some hail damage. Panels are fine, but the roof, right? Yeah. So what happens? Insurance claim to the roof. So now the roofer goes, well, I got to replace this roof, but I got to take these panels off. Yeah. What happens there?
The very short, you've got to install. Like it's not necessarily called debris removal, but there's cost built into the insurance because if your home's worth, let's just say $500,000, and you put $50,000 worth of solar panels on there, you insure it for $550 because that's a part of the house. Yeah. And you want the solar panels back if the house burns down or tornado or whatever. But built into that overall cost of a claim, because it's not like you're insuring your roof for $100,000, even though you kind of are, but there's not like a cutout just for that. So as long as the claim for wind or hail, if that's what it was, is not up to the value of the home, you're going to have coverage to remove it and put it back on there. It's basically a built-in cost to install or uninstall and reinstall. Okay. And not every roofer can do that. And sometimes you have to have solar panel companies that'll pull it off and reinstall it. And that's a whole other thing, because if you're selling a property and your buyer doesn't want to take them, you can't take them off the grid and put them back into the grid more often than not, unless you're completely off the grid. Kind of thing. So that's I've heard some stories on that one. They're like, yeah, we took them off, tried to move them to our new house, had them reinstalled, and they're like, well, you can do them as like a backup, charge your batteries or something, but you're not putting them back into the grid, even though they were fine before they were uninstalled.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting one for sure to hear how they did that. And they're like, yeah, we got them to a new place and kind of had to set them up, but it was only to charge batteries and that's if there was a switch or something. I don't know, electrical stuff. But I was like, that sounds like that was a waste. Then you should have just given them to whoever was buying the house at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, I didn't know that part. I told you we're going to learn something tonight.
I love learning things.
Yeah. So that's cool. I've always been interested in that. Just I didn't know.
I didn't know
Solar
that was
panels aren't
even-
for me.
Yeah.
What?
No, I mean, I when you think of it from afar, like off the grid type,
Right.
Yeah. But realistically, if you're living in residential, I mean, I look and I see these houses like built in 1910, about the halfway fall down, and they got they're covered in solar panels. So I'm going, man, who was door
somebody
knocking
got
there?
that one. Yeah, somebody got lucky on that day.
Yeah.
Well, even
He rode off
for
in a
me-
Segway. Just
Yeah, you see them all over though, man. Like, go to Sherman.
Oh yeah,
They're all over
that's what-
Sherman.
I've
Oh,
got
yeah.
a non-solicit on my door, and I've got cameras, all that stuff,
Yeah.
and they'll still ring my doorbell, and I go, "Excuse me, what was your name again?" Oh, hold on, can you stand up a little straighter so I can read your shirt, so I can call whoever I need to call later? And they're like, "Oh,
You know what we need? We need a solar panel guy in Blaine
that'd be fun.
sitting together
Yeah.
right here.
Get on.
well, that's what I've done. We've done quite a
He
few.
ride
of
a
those with Bill
Segway
back
in
the
here.
Yeah.
day. Segway around it.
Our Segways covered.
Segway.
Well, yeah, no,
Are they
not
covered
really.
under your homeowners?
They could potentially be covered
Like
under
an
personal
umbrella?
property. Umbrella's a whole nother rabbit hole. They as personal property, but not like if you hit something. More than likely, it's kind of one of those.
So
like,
if you're on a Segway and you take out an old lady, you're screwed.
you will have liability, and it's just kind of one of those rabbit holes you don't want to find out the hard way where you're at. Is what I would go down, because I've never had to obviously deal with it.
Yeah.
But I've kind of heard some fun things where you're just like, how gray of an area is this going to be? Who wants to chase it down? How bad was she hurt? Like all the
Killed her. This old lady died. So
yeah, well,
in my hypothetical, that I got going
this
on.
is real bad.
She was a bad person, though. This old lady was a bad
Deserved
person.
it with Segway. Got mowed over.
She was jaywalking.
It was her fault.
With her dog.
There you go. Speaking of Segway, what would you think would be a pet peeve that you might have about somebody in the?
I'm not gonna go somebody. It's 90% of my industry.
Yeah.
Is the unfortunate part.
That's how you
I
know
feel
you've
like
been in it for a
sometimes.
long time.
Yeah.
When you dislike your industry.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I feel like all the time. I'm going up against other agents that truly just focus on price for a client. Hey, as long as I'm cheaper than the other guy, you're going to go with me, right? And so they'll do things that then I talk to them all the time. I have countless clients that'll pay more once they're educated. And so a lot of people use me because I take 45 minutes to an hour educating a client on what they're getting every time. But like a pet peeve of mine is when they literally will give clients or get an agent information and they'll say, hey, here's your price. And that was all a conversation.
Yeah.
And so they have no idea what they did or didn't get.
Yeah.
And that's like, I mean, it really is a pet peeve of mine when I'll ask clients like, hey, have you ever heard of any of this stuff? Oh, you said you got 3 other quotes already?
Yeah.
And this is the first time this conversation is happening. And because most people don't understand what they do or don't have. And really, there was one week
Until
and this
they
is not
need
like
it, right?
Yeah, until you need it and you find out the hard way.
Oh, yeah.
I still remember it was 2021. A client went with someone else for $100. And she literally called me. She's like, hey, I'm going with someone else. They're $100 cheaper. Called me back after the freeze and said, hey, Blaine, call that agent back because they said they had the same coverage you had and you educated me on it. And I go, if they're denying your claim right now, that means they didn't have it. I
Yeah,
can't do
obviously.
anything.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, they swore it was the same. I was like, well, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like you went with someone else, you didn't let me look at anything. You wouldn't let me ask questions, this, that, and the other. And it's just I hate saying unethical, but there's people that don't think about the client and truly think about what their needs are. And hey, that $60,000 claim that she got denied over $100 a year, and that put her. I don't know the end of the story.
It's wild, isn't it?
But it's like people don't talk about that. But a pet peeve of mine for sure is just like the lack of education that people actually have about insurance, because most people get mad about the claim wasn't covered. Well, they don't think about the agent that wrote that policy. They get mad at insert carrier name here.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it wasn't that. It was your agent that poorly wrote the policy and didn't educate you on what your options
Because
were.
they probably had the option.
Yeah. More often than not, you have the
Right.
options for certain coverages, and you just didn't have it on your policy.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that? Like they wouldn't include it?
It goes back to price more often
That's
than
what I
not.
was about to say. If
Yeah,
price went up and probably went above, probably went $200
just
more.
Took his
And they would've
upon
lost that
himself to
business.
exit out. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
keep it
more,
at
more often
that.
than not, most people don't realize like water coverage. Like with this new carrier I'm talking about, it is 100% optional. You can have zero coverage in your house for water.
Okay.
And so, like, if it leaks fast, slow, sewage backup, or leak under the foundation, those are kind of the 4, you can literally get no coverage if you want. And that's what drives me nuts, that I've seen
Which is
how
probably
much
one of
that's
the most
sold.
covered thing, like needed to be
Oh,
covered.
When it I've had
But that's
people,
why.
Yeah.
You know, so they can.
Well, I mean, you got cheap insurance now.
Well, back in my day, it was black mold.
Yeah.
Well, that's what. Yeah, mold's barely. If you got mold in your house,
black
I always
mold
kind of tell
was
you got
the-
bigger issues if you
was
got
the
mold these
thing.
days in your house.
I remember that was like the biggest thing, like black mold coverage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's,
You know, you had to have that, or it wasn't covered.
Yeah.
Is that the same still?
well, mold is super limited.
Yeah.
If mold comes from one of the covered perils, which again, super optional to have one of those 4 water coverages, because most people don't think about it. That leak was probably leaking for 2 or 3 weeks. Seepage, repeated seepage and leakage, or however you want to call it, slow leak. Yeah, that's what probably caused your mold. And then most people don't realize that that's not covered by the majority of carriers out there. It's not even offered. So, like, the fact that some carriers do offer it for $200 more a year. Like, I still remember one of my sister's friends has 2 kids, pregnant at the time, called me crying. She luckily, and I say luckily, she just went with me 6 months before the situation. But their dishwasher had been leaking for 4 months, and they had no idea. And then when they went in and figured it out, their island in their house was completely full of mold. And so they had 2 kids, pregnant wife.
Yep.
She calls me and goes, I know this was not covered before. And because she just knew because they told her. And like, she went with me, and I go, you have the coverage, yada, yada, yada. But most people don't have coverage for something like that. And they're $10 piece of PVC on the back of a washer.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know that until it
No.
has been happening for a while, and moldy and all that stuff. But yeah, it's mold super limited. But if it stems from a covered peril, it's more often than not covered.
Yeah.
I had one. I had the buyer, and it was a vacant house. The lady had moved out, and she
Vacant's
was.
a whole other fun story.
Oh, that's where I'm going with
Vacant,
that.
It's never vacant.
Yeah.
So
Always somebody there. Realtors are always coming by.
Yeah.
there's a toilet flanger
Yeah.
that broke, but nobody lived there, so it like leaked for 2 weeks, and it had like that hand scraped hardwood.
Yeah.
Well, it flooded like
Yeah.
a third of the house, and insurance didn't cover it. We were under contract, so she had to like fix it
Yeah.
per the contract, and insurance didn't cover it because they
It's probably the vacancy clause that kicked in.
Yeah.
like it was like
45 to
since she
60
wasn't
days.
there.
Yeah.
Like it would have been if she had been there or something.
Right.
But, so,
Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, there's a vacancy clause on every policy, basically. So if you're not there for 45 to 60 days and it's truly vacant and empty, almost all the coverage is null and void. Doesn't matter if you're paying for it or not. And there's literally policies nowadays that are it's set up for a vacant home,
okay.
but it's still super limited coverage. But at least you have
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's all the time. People, and unfortunately these days, like a lot of people will sell their home and move to California or vice versa.
Yeah.
And one house is left empty. And so you need coverage for that house, and they'll get a vacant policy that's like bare bones, super nothing. But if something crazy does happen, they at least have something.
She ended up having to pay cash to replace all these flooring. And like closed 10 days later.
Yeah.
So
I had one same deal where we're closing within like a week or two. No, it was a couple weeks, I guess. And my guy was on vacation, and the surveyor was out. He calls me and goes, "Hey man," he goes, "there's water coming out of the garage, or out of," and he goes in there, and or he couldn't get in there, but he was telling me like, he goes, "I'm walking around, and he
Can't
goes,
do
and they're
anything
coming
about
out the back door or whatever." But yeah, water heater busted and was just flooding the house.
Well, that's what I had when one of my neighbors moved from THF area over to Pottsboro, and I walk the streets in the mornings. I was like, "Does y'all's hot tub pour out this way?" And like a weird leak, and they're like, "No, we don't drain it right now." It's like this, that, and the other. And I was like, "Well, you're leaking.
You're leaking.
And it's coming through the garage, and this, that, and the other." They're like, "Thank you," but like there was a certain setup in those homes where even though you drip it, it will eventually get so cold and it'll start falling back.
Yep.
And then not in the sink, and that had been going on. And when it did that, it froze on the the wall of the garage.
Yeah.
And it was just they were trying to sell the home,
Yeah.
so it was vacant. I have no idea on the claim. I didn't do their insurance, any of that stuff. But they're like, "Thank you for noticing," because
So remember, you've been in your house in the last 30 days.
go check out your house or have somebody do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, no, I mean,
Call Jeff.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm free.
I definitely coach people up on that one. It's like, hey, if you're selling your home, I mean, when you're between two and you're like, hey, I can afford to buy one and sell the other if it sits on the market. It's like, hey, you need a vacant home policy. I am typing this note right here that you said this, that's one of the biggest things with insurance. People don't think about, like, at that conversation, I take notes. Because, like, even we talked about Harvey earlier, the one client that I know his house flooded, he literally told me when I was like, hey, $500 a year, flood insurance, you're covered. Blaine, it will take an act of God for my house to flood where it's at. I've been here for 15 years.
God.
Yeah, straight up. He called me back and literally was like, hey, Blaine, you convinced me to buy that flood insurance, right? And I was like, nah, man, remember what you said? He goes, I know what I said. And I was like, all right, then I don't need to read it right now, but it's a story that I tell often because people don't think it's going to happen. And I'm like, I make $20 off a flood policy. I waste my breath explaining to somebody that they actually need it and like trying to convince them that, no, you're in the situation where I need you to need this.
Yeah, because what'd you say on the average?
Yeah, well,
it's not very much a
flood
year.
insurance, if you're in a low risk, it's like $400, $500.
Yeah.
If you're in high risk, it could get expensive fast. So it's, I mean, I've got a $6,000, $7,000 flood policy that's on a river down in Austin. Yeah. And they're like, they don't have any other choice. If they have a mortgage, they have to pay that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those.
It's like that person could probably afford it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was
the person on the river in Austin.
Yeah. No.
Matthew McConaughey.
That truck that was
I couldn't tell it was one of those bikes, trucks. I couldn't tell what that was.
Yeah. So see, like that guy just rolled by with those, 42s on there or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He probably doesn't have those covered.
He probably doesn't have the coverage he needs. He probably doesn't have the customization on his auto policy.
Yeah. We'll take a break if you want to run out there and talk to him real quick.
Yeah. There's some cards.
So you have a couple guys that work with you, right?
Yeah, I got Matt,
3?
Odie, and Will.
Two or three?
3 guys.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 more on the sales, 1 more of like taking care of the clients as they want their policies reshopped. I mean, because often one of the beauties of what it is because I'm not stuck with one option.
That's what I was about to say. Like, so you can kind of keep everything in house.
It's really nice. Like I've got clients all the time that even one of my friends that I went to high school with, she's got her 2 girls on her policies, a 16 and 19-year-old, and the 19-year-old's had 2 accidents already, and so her insurance is expensive, and it was going up to like $12,000 when they added the new vehicle and the new driver. And like she called me and said, hey, I can't afford that. And I go, all right, well, I'll just move you to another carrier. Luckily I could and save her. I think she's going from $12,000 to $7,000. Still not cheap, but it's $5,000.
Okay.
Now I kept her in house.
Now that we're talking about that, the young kids in the family, in the household. Now I've got 2 cars, higher end, full coverage. Full coverage is
it's a super
you love that term.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You love that term.
Yep.
So I have to have comp and collision, right?
You have deductibles.
And deductibles. So, but then I've got this old, 87 Honda Accord, and I got a 16-year-old daughter.
Yep.
That's the one she drives, right? Can't do that anymore, huh?
Yeah, it's all about household and who has access to keys is what they'll say. So like,
so they always rate it to the highest vehicle now, or
no? It's not necessarily that. Like for the most part, I'm gonna call it spread evenly. So you got 3 cars, 3 drivers, and the insurance companies for the most part just assume you're gonna drive all 3 of them 33% of the time, or whatever you want to do the math on every situation. But it really, you can still assign like people to certain vehicles, but we play with it as agents. Just it's more for knowledge base. But I literally ask like, hey, who drives what? Like just what's the reality of the situation? And you put it how it's accordingly. But most people, I'm gonna say equally rates it. So they assume that teen driver is going to drive the Mercedes at some point. And so it's as fairly written as you can, but it's all about household and who lives in the house. So even like boyfriend and girlfriend, if you live together, technically the right way more often than not, y'all should be on the same policy, even though you're not going to like it. Because I guarantee she drives yours, you drive hers, and if you're the driver of the non-owned vehicle, they're going to be like, oh, y'all live together? Denied. They might not always do it if it's a smaller situation.
They could, though.
But they could. And that's why I tell people it's like they can and they will if they have the right to. And if it's big and bad enough, that's going to be denied.
Yeah, because they're going to be looking for it.
Yeah.
And look for a way
something else people often ask, they're like, why don't you ask about mileage anymore? They get that third-party information somewhere else.
Yeah.
I tell people how much mileage they drive. They don't act, like I go, hey, you 11,946. They're like, what? I go, yeah, we run that third-party data. We know. That's why we don't have to ask you. Yeah. I don't need to know if it's
you get an oil change somewhere.
It really is what it is. It's third-party data.
Does the IRS have that same data? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. I mean, I don't want them to know how much mileage I do.
I gotta run a few blocks real quick. I'll be right back.
Mile IQ.
That's what I have mile IQ all day. That's everything. Yeah, keeps track of all the things.
I go drive a little bit. I'll be right back.
And you're lucky you have that Uber.
Yeah, right.
Come downtown.
Man, that Uber's nice. That Uber is nice. We recently got one in Sherman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One whole Uber car.
Probably the only one.
I don't know who it is. It's a nice car though.
There's a dude that was down. He used to live down here, downtown, and he was Uber.
Uber
Yeah.
people back
I'm
and
like,
forth.
dude, if you were, if that was my gig, like you could kill it around
Yeah,
here
because there's no one else.
because there's no one else. I would
Yeah.
work that 24/7. I'd be marketing on Facebook or
Oh, yeah.
Instagram or whatever,
Just video them.
and just yeah.
Live stream.
So that's funny. Like the group of real estate agents used to go out, girls all the time, and I'd go drive, right? But I told them they call me Tex on a taxi. And I said, well, here's the only thing, I don't charge, but I got to put my phone up and hit that live button and record all the drunk people in the car.
Have fun with it.
Taxi
didn't
cab,
really do
taxi
it,
cab confessions, huh?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
What was the one that had lied him up?
Oh yeah, where they did the game.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
the
the
game.
surprise game show.
Yeah,
Quiz, yeah.
I don't remember
You
what
win
that was, but that was
$500
awesome.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Get questions right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be driving down there and you had to answer all those questions. Yeah, that was pretty good. I missed that
fun.
show.
Oh, yeah.
They should bring
It's
that
been
stuff
hot
back.
minutes.
Yeah.
Never thought about that one.
Maybe we could do that.
Let's do it.
Right downtown.
do
Take the podcast
I
on
want
the-
pedicab.
Yeah.
Not pedicabs. What's the beer cart? They do it in downtown Austin and Dallas.
The one where they pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up and down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a good business model. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Fun.
Once-
Yeah,
once
I mean,
once
they have
downtown
the-
Denison's done.
Yeah.
Well, they had the trolley, but they
Yeah.
sold it to Sherman because apparently
Yeah.
Sherman needed a trolley.
And they said they were going to,
Yeah.
where in the hell are they going to drive a trolley in Sherman?
Uh,
Square.
My boy fleeced them. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what
Like, you
the-
want a trolley? Give us that trolley.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
buy
you could
it.
take everybody
I don't
around.
even
There's
think
no
that-
parking.
I don't even
so
think that
let's
trolley
just
was
Move
working.
around.
McKinney got one, so let's get one, right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of mini McKinney up here.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I mean, I love what's going on down here. There's a reason I moved back and stay back and
Yeah.
enjoy all of it. Just hoping this gets done sooner than later.
Oh, I know. It's a mess out there. But it's going to be, it's going to be cool once
That'd be beautiful.
Oh yeah,
done.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely excited for it because we're on what phase 3, D3. Is that what it is, or is it D3 project?
3, 2, phase, 3. They're
Yeah.
calling it 3.
Um,
Something like that. Oh,
Um,
look right.
Sherman's starting to try to get their downtown going. We're having the big argument over the
parking
parking.
or parking? Yeah,
Park-
that's what it was.
Yeah,
To
which one
park,
you want, park
to
or-
park
yeah.
or not
Can
to
we-
park?
well,
That is
be
the
here,
question.
not here.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of parking on the outskirts, just like around here. I feel like there's the outskirts parking area that you
Yeah.
can make it public enough,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or not super limited to the businesses, or just let people get there. But I'm not in that area of Sherman too
Yeah.
often to know where all the parking is or isn't.
I know it's kind of a beating to park downtown
Downtown.
Sherman.
Yeah,
In before 5, yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hard, but
But afterwards, yeah, no.
business. Yeah,
well, that's the thing about downtown Sherman. After 5,
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Clear it out.
merchants and restaurants and stuff, but it's slow after 5 in Sherman. So.
And most of them, I think it's just small town. It's like here, after 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
mom and pop go home, go to bed.
Yeah.
Some of these places close at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah.
I'm
Well, that's
like-
what. And yeah, limited days.
and then
like,
they gripe about,
why?
Not being
Yeah,
busy.
yeah,
no one's down here.
yeah. I'm like, well, you don't close it.
Yeah,
You
well, that's what I mean. The few that we come to,
But
pretty regularly.
Wednesday through Friday, 2
Yeah.
to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not making any money,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, man, well, yeah.
Anyway,
Gotta be open.
gotta hustle.
Yeah, can't stop, don't stop.
Insurance. Let's get back on insurance.
You want to talk more insurance?
Well, I can talk about all kinds of things.
Yeah.
What do y'all want to know?
Do we do insurance? Tell us more about insurance, Blaine.
Do we run out?
I mean, like, how much can you talk? I mean,
Oh, I can talk about insurance for days.
No, I was about to
Yeah.
say.
Don't worry about me. I can go for
red flag on insurance. Give us okay. What's
I mean, biggest red flag, like.
you see people coming trying to get insurance? What I don't know.
I
You tell
mean,
me, bro.
it's- Insurance right now, like the biggest thing that people don't think about is the aerial view that we have satellites,
Mhm.
and we know, like, before I even insure your home, I'm like, hey, especially down in Austin, it just is what it is because they actually have city ordinance over their oak trees and this, that, and the other. You can only cut them at certain times. I'll literally tell clients like, hey, this is gonna be an issue, and like I have a home that's downtown Denison or just off downtown, and I told them ahead of time, I go, hey, I can save you $2,000 a year. That tree bill is gonna be $1,500 though.
Yeah.
I guarantee any new carrier is going to have a problem with this cedar tree or whatever the tree was. And I go, it also overhangs your house. You're going to have to clean off the tile roof. and this, that, and the other. And so they don't realize that we also have like those carriers.
Narrowed it down. Cedar tree, tile roof.
Red, built in 1910.
Okay.
Has a sub basement.
Sub basement.
So go find it if you can. But like I told her ahead of time,
Paul's house.
I go expect this email or this phone call from the carrier, and I go, if we don't get it, sweet, expect it though. So I'm telling you ahead of time, I'm only saving you $500 in the first year.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that we look at and we've been trained to look at. I'll get your address. First thing I do is a Google aerial.
Yeah.
Then I pull up realtors, Zillow.com so I can get more specs on the home. But the carriers, we talk about third-party data all the time, and they literally have better views than Google on your home.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they look, they have tree overhang percentages. They know the
yeah.
square.
Well, they know your square number of squares.
Yeah, it's the size of your roof and all
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So they run all that stuff to have their correlation to whatever it's going to be. And they'll say, hey, due to tree overhang, we're not going to do it. And they won't do it until it's been fixed and you have proof of it. So you can't buy that home with that product ahead of time unless the seller takes care of it. But if a client gets to us soon enough and they're still in the option period, I can then tell them, it's just kind of like with the negotiating a new roof. It's like, hey, you need to negotiate $1,000 of tree trimming.
Yeah.
or
I've done
plan
that
to do
before.
it.
I've done it before.
Plan to do it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So it's like, that tree's never bothered me.
Yeah. That gives me, I bought this house for the shade. I go, well, you're going to have to get rid of some of that shade.
That's my grandpappy's tree.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've got a house right now that it's about a 150-year-old oak tree. And I'm very surprised my carrier did not make me cut stuff back. It's on the back of the house. It doesn't really overhang it much. I know 3 limbs that I know I need to cut, but I'm just going to let it ride. It is what it is. But that's one of the big things with red flags. Like, there's not so many things with auto. Like, you run claims. They're either a good driver or they're not. They have claims or they're not.
That's kind of across the board.
Yeah, it's black and white when it comes to that kind of stuff. But tree overhang is a big thing. And then a lot of people with aggressive dog breeds. It's like, my dog's great. I know I love your pit bull. I love your German Shepherd. I love your Doberman. Insurance does not. And it's just kind of one of those, like, it cuts your carriers in half. And I say it's unfortunate because most people's dogs are great. Like, I've got a client just today. I showed y'all that house about the manufactured home on stilts. He's a retired vet that has a $15,000 Doberman service dog. Carriers don't want him, though, because it's Doberman. Doesn't matter that it's all the training in the world. It's more expensive than dog than most people ever have. They just care about that dog.
Dobermans are actually pretty good dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My grandma had too.
Oh, yeah. I've got a couple
You don't
friends.
see Dobermans as much anymore.
No, you don't.
They keep them behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Pretty dog.
I tell you
So
what, it's
don't
always funny. Oh, what were you gonna say?
That's why, because you don't tell insurance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, I get those mailers in from insurance companies, and it has the Google view of your house.
Yeah.
And it's always so wrong.
Yeah.
Like the quote, like,
I love calling those. When I get them to my house, I love calling.
I can
Hey,
insure
you
your
promised me
house.
$500 a year for home insurance.
Yeah.
Why? Where's that quote go?
Yeah.
What happened here?
Do they know that you don't know the?
Not until I tell them later. I'm like,
That's like me getting the Bumblebee cash offer. I'm like, hey, buddy.
Okay, what's the deal with this Bumblebee?
yeah, I've
I've
never
seen-
heard Bumblebee. I know the cash offer on the phone call.
No, dude.
There's different ones.
I
I
get
think Bumblebee's a local company.
emails from Bumblebee all the time, and I saw a billboard on Texoma Parkway now. Bumblebee.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
They're
know,
like a
right?
cash offer,
Yeah,
just
same
same
old.
thing as like, but they promise like they'll pay all costs, no realtor fee, that kind of deal. Just
Yeah, you got to watch out for those companies.
yeah. They do the mailer that looks like a handwritten note because now they got companies that do handwritten note looking
Little printout thing. Yeah.
I just love getting as a realtor and they're like, "We'll save you realtor fees." I'm like, "Thanks,
Great.
bro." Yeah,
Somebody was talking about trees falling over on fences.
Yeah, that's a fun one. If it's just your fence, it's 9 times out of 10.
Who
One side
is it?
versus
The
the
neighbor
other.
or the?
It's
oh, that is a fun one. Yeah, I've
that's
actually
where
personal experience on
so when you look it up, you have the right to trim your tree if it's over your airspace.
Yeah.
Even though it's their tree because you're trying to protect your property.
Yeah.
I've had it paid both ways, which is what really confusing me as an agent. So it's like, what does it matter from carrier to carrier whose tree? Because to me as a person, hey, you should have taken care of your tree. Your tree fell on my house, even though it was over your property. Because I told my neighbor straight up, I go, hey, if this tree falls, it ain't my fault. It ain't my problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to trim it back to protect your house, you can, because it would hit her house. She's also a real estate agent.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where there's not a clear-cut answer like I would love. because I've had it happen both ways and they've paid for things. But at the end of the day, when we talk about just tree and fence, it's going to be below the deductible 10 out of 10 times. So it's not going to make sense. Like, hey, someone's going to pay for this. Be a good neighbor.
We're talking usually about a panel, maybe.
Yeah. And even at that, like people all the time, like they're like, hey, my fence blew over in the high wind. It's like, sweet. So your 4x4 rotted and you finally found out. But yeah, when it comes to the trees and roof, like, or trees and anything and the overhang, it really is one of those where I've seen it paid both ways. And I hate that there's not a clear cut answer because I've even talked to underwriters and it's like some will say, oh yeah, whoever owns the tree with us, and it's who wasn't. So it's like there's not a black and white with that one, unfortunately. So
it kind of depends on carriers then.
Yeah. Because I've literally had it paid out both ways, and I've made calls for clients, and they're like, oh, when I'll ask about it, they're like, well, was it? It's like, tree falls in front of your car. Yeah. How many times did it bounce? Did you catch how many times it bounced? Because if it only bounced once, it's a comprehensive claim because that tree hit you. But if it bounced a few times and you saw it, you collided with it. Now it's a collision claim. Excuse me, what? Like, so I've had that conversation.
Is this kind of like if a tree falls in the woods?
Rewind and listen to that.
Yeah, so
I bounced once. I'm going with once.
Yeah, well, you want that tree to hit you. You don't want to hit the tree. Yeah. It's just the end of the story. It don't matter how many bounces going on.
Yeah, you don't want that
came out of nowhere. Yeah, you want comp claim.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick. Pet peeve when it comes to a realtor and insurance. Since we are technically a real estate show.
Yeah, no, hey, I like it.
Even though we haven't got in the Epstein files yet, but we will.
The one thing I wish y'all did more is made it easy for me to find the roof age without having to go to the seller's disclosure. So on your listing, if you got a brand new roof or you're getting a brand new roof, or if it's a 15-year-old roof, putting it out there so it's easy to find and easy to know.
What if we just say recently replaced?
That doesn't mean anything.
What about like
new? Because I've had 15-year-old recently replaced metal roofs.
I go with like new.
Yeah, like new.
Because you should never say new anything.
Yeah. This house boasts a new roof.
Yeah, stunning views from the
recently
roof.
remodeled in 1975. Yeah,
the granules, sparkling granules on this roof.
And that's going to sound like a small thing because for the most part, I don't deal with real estate agents in a transaction. They get to me usually from a real estate agent or a lender. And then I take care of things. And my job at that point, when I'm referred by one of them, it's to make sure this transaction happens. And so pretty much anybody that I've partnered with or work with often enough communicates on the bandwidth that I do, which is just often and well. That's the best way I say it. So I don't deal with the ones that are crazy out there that expect the moon in the world unless they're giving the moon in the world, if that makes sense at all. It's just kind of one of those. I usually partner with people like yourselves that are functioning. They just take care of business and get things done. But pet peeve with that side, there's really nothing that's made me upset lately. And I deal with a lot of people because even people down in Austin and Houston, I'll send them a text or an email. I get a response same day, every day, every time. Like, and so if you've made it in through post-COVID in this industry in the past couple of years, you're good at what you do. And I know there's bad apples. It is what it is. But like, I usually don't have to deal with them.
I'm like 0 for 10 on somebody talking shit about realtors. I'm like trying to bait them like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go to like a Facebook group.
No,
you can get people riled up though on Facebook group. Y'all are worthless. You're not worth your 3%. You're not worth your
everything.
No, I see it all. But for my job, I don't have to deal with it often.
That's good.
That's pretty sweet.
And we got a compliment.
Yeah. We owe him some money.
I'll take that. High dollar bills. I have to have zeros on them.
So, are you still doing your on Wednesdays?
Yeah, we still do wind down Wednesdays. I think we changed it to networking on the rocks not too long ago, just because we stopped doing it just at the Landon. We are committed for November and December. It's usually about the third Wednesday of every month from 4:30 to 6:30. So we'll be at the Landon here. They help us out with stuff, so we help them back by a little quarter commitment.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do that. It's open to anybody. Like, quite literally, people think it's just for real estate. If you're a banker, if you're a lender, if you do
networking.
It's just networking. I try to keep it open ended. People think that I genuinely invite other insurance agents because I know I need to know them. So when something hits the fan with my situation, if I don't have an option, I need to be able to call other insurance agents. And that's the same thing with like all our sponsors. We need to know the other people in our industry that do the same thing. They're not competitors. They help each other out all the time.
Well, I think it's kind of the same thing with realtors.
Yeah. Well, it's like us. I mean, we're two different.
Like if you friends and have a good relationship, it makes things go so much smoother.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what I laugh all the time because they'll be like our little group that host, and then somehow all 6 of us are in a transaction together, and it's like, oh, group text.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, we'll talk about this one client. We all got this done. This is what we need. Yada, 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 yada. But it's good relationships get things done quicker. And then it's also fun along the way because it's like, oh, it's called Bubba and Jeff. Take care of this today. Let's
Well, it
catch
kind
up
of
along the way.
goes back to we were talking about having a lender that you can just open the door and talk to. It's like,
Yeah.
literally, if every person involved in the transaction knows each other and has a good relationship,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
it's
so much
yeah,
smoother.
There's no butting heads, nothing like that. It's
No.
just
Yeah.
Well, and you kind of know each other. You know where you're coming
Yeah.
from, and you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, I mean, it really is pretty cool for me, like with those networking groups, because even I've seen it as the real estate agents, like most of them are brand new when they're coming out to those, and they're trying to get to know other people so they can learn networking and this, that, and the other.
Yeah, funny secret about us old agents.
old
We
guys.
we don't like to go out.
Yeah, well, that's what, hey,
right.
no,
We don't go to meetings.
10 years in,
G-tar.
I'm like,
G-tar, what's that?
I tell my guys all the time,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, eventually y'all are going to run all the events, and I never have to do anything,
Yeah.
and I'll pay for stuff on the side, and I'll just come and go, and I'll do what I need to do. But I've seen quite a few people that they'll meet. I still remember one of the guys that does pet poop scooping.
Oh yeah.
He shows up. I can't remember the company's name.
It's a good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can see the logo, and I know they have it in our neighborhood, and I know him. But I either way, he came up to me after the networking event. He's like, "Thank you, genuinely, thank you for hosting this. I've got more business from this than I have like my social media, this, that, and the other." Shake a few hands here. It's what let him. I'm not gonna say got off the ground. I think it was established, but it like took it to the next level just because he started shaking a few hands at that. And I was like, this is why we did it. For up here, we had a couple lenders that had to move to McKinney or Frisco because they couldn't compete with people that are super established. I was like, well, people my age, like I want them to be able to stay and last. So if we can get you one more deal a month, they could have stayed. And so that's what we've kind of started doing with the mindset. But then it really is just being a connector. Always be connecting ABC with it. And that's one of the kind of mindsets that I've had, but that's what we do. And I try to pitch people all the time. It's like, hey, anybody's welcome. If you can benefit from networking in any way, shape, or form, even if you've got a job that doesn't necessarily require you to sell yourself, you never know we're going to need another job.
Yeah.
And who you're going to need to know at that point.
And
so
it's not like a BNI where you get
no, it's coming to go.
here,
That's
one there.
Yeah. You ever been to BNI?
I've been approached, but it's
No, I've been to them.
yeah.
I had to fill in one time and be the guest speaker for
and I feel like they
But
want
it's a little-
they want to like help each other, but
it's not genuine.
Yeah, you're kind of I've never done one.
Yeah, you're
I've been
forced
approached a lot to do them, and that's kind of really was the idea because people at first are like, oh, y'all are eventually gonna make this a group where you have to pay to show up and this, that, and the other. Like, no, the idea is you can come and go as you want. You can be there for 5 minutes, shake hands. Drinks are free. Just
There you
hang
go.
out.
Drinks are free.
Hold on. Drinks are free.
Drinks are free.
Oh, well,
See, I tell you.
Hey,
see you next week.
I got to put on the marketing then a little bit more. People know more. But it really is just come and go. But the idea behind it was we didn't want it to be a group. We didn't want it to be anything formal. We had to put a name because Facebook required it.
Yeah.
But it really is
no,
just
you
kind of
need
like
that, but
yeah. And so we kind of did that. And it's so that people don't feel like they're tied to it. And we love our chambers, we love our groups and all that kind of stuff. But people literally told me, they're like, hey, we don't go to the chamber stuff because they require us to pay $45. They require us to go to these meetings, this, that, and the other. We're like, so if we just host something
And then they're
openly host.
their marketing's sharing what you post.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, Bubba is amazing. So.
He does it. He does a great job.
Yeah, Bubba's
He's
amazing.
like the face and the forward and the back, the front and back of it all. And
Yeah.
Man, I'm just trying to promote local businesses.
It does.
I love,
it's
we
great.
love it. You do a good job with it.
That's what I do. I love doing
Yeah.
it.
But am I wrong? The chamber uses your stuff, right? But you kind of do it for the chamber in a sense, though.
Well, initially it
Yeah.
started, I just like to, we always talk about community videos. And so I was always doing that. And then I saw, okay, this is another way to do it. And I know when kind of being in the know, and that's
Right.
kind of how it started.
Keeps you
And
educated.
I thought, well, I'll just go do this, and learn about the business anyway while I'm there. And then it turned into what it turned
If you
into.
become an expert in everything that is your community,
Yeah.
you can sell the community better. You can put people where they need to be.
Well,
show
you
them
get so
homes,
good at it,
businesses.
they're just like, "Hey, Bubba, will you do it for us?" And you're
How
like,
you do it full time?
"Hell yeah, I will."
Yeah.
So
Have they start paying you yet? They're paying you yet?
I wish.
Gotta
he gets
talk
paid.
to-
He gets
gotta
paid
talk to
free
her.
free food.
Yeah, free food.
Free fruit and drinks.
No, I mean I get benefit.
well,
because
right.
I mean it puts. So I always put it out. I use their, because they have a good following too, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I mean
It's
goes
mutually
both ways.
beneficial.
Yeah. it goes
Well,
both ways.
it's and I've done a few things similar, not to the extent you have, but
Mhm.
as far as like a give and take, it's like a shared database.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know, if you're promoting their business, they're promoting your business. So.
Yeah.
That's what I talk with Odie all the time. It's like find the right people to do your social media with, and because their reach is now yours for that post at least. And so if it's shared, it
100%.
moves it out there. I can post something about myself all the time, but if I can't tag the right people and pull that lever a little bit to get to a new crowd,
And a lot of people don't understand that.
yeah,
They don't understand
it's
that.
all about that.
Well, it's like a business in general. Like they don't understand. Like you go work with that guy over there across the street, that lady over there across the street. You know,
Absolutely.
build a community.
Yeah, for sure.
That sounds cheesy.
It's true. Cheesy but true, maybe. I don't know.
Got to have your tribe.
Sometimes the easiest things are the true, tried and true. You know,
Tried and true.
There's a reason it's worked before. It's probably gonna work again.
not reinventing the wheel here.
No, not trying to. Insurance is insurance.
Damn, you know what? I think we made it through a whole show without you getting in trouble.
You normally run your mouth more.
Let's see. What do I want to talk about today?
I mean, usually he gets. I mean, he gets a little edgy.
We had actually a disclaimer graphic made for.
Yeah.
Oh, when you're
Well,
talking
because I like to talk
everything.
current events.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything going on in the news that you want to discuss?
Oh, this is gonna be all.
Oh
So-
man. Let's see. I don't watch the news that much. You know,
I've actually
since
kinda
P.
dipped into the
Diddy-
news a
P.
little bit,
Diddy's
yeah.
kind of. I mean, well, I know he's trying to get out.
Yeah, P. Diddy's looking for a pardon.
Yeah.
pardon.
Jelaine is asking for a pardon.
Well,
Is that how you say it,
Bitcoin,
Jelaine?
Giselle.
Giselle's the
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Gazelle.
Giselle's not, she's in
yeah.
trouble.
yeah.
So what she do?
Jelaine.
Jelaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I don't know that she's asked for a pardon, but it was brought up in like an interview that and Trump said that he would talk to the DOJ about it. So that's of course, which is
Well,
Trump.
didn't they move her into a
so
after
she
the interview or whatever?
Yeah,
Safety.
they moved her to like a cushier prison
Yeah,
supposedly.
I'm
so.
sure they were probably transitioning to something.
It's more safe for you now that you're more of a public figure.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
Speaking of all that-
Jeffrey didn't fare well. So,
Yeah.
so
Did y'all ever see that? I'm just off beaten path a little
let's
bit.
go.
But
Let's go down that beaten
Martha,
path.
Martha Stewart.
Mhm.
You ever watch the little documentary about her? Remember when she was like the top
Well,
of the
yeah,
top,
right.
and then
Yeah.
when she got in trouble, went to the pokey and all that. You ever watch that documentary about her and how that all went down?
No, but it seems like
Dude, it was brutal.
it
Like
kind
it was
of
a bunch
got
of
hit.
bullshit, really.
Oh.
I mean, according to that.
yeah.
Right, yeah,
It was insider
whatever.
trading, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, according. I mean, once again.
Yeah. It's what side of the story you got?
Yeah, but it was pretty wild. It was over, somebody just pissed off at her and said, "I'm gonna find a way," and they found a
I'm
way.
gonna dig you down.
Which kind of seems like the norm these days.
Yeah.
Some of the
Yeah,
ways we're doing that from
but she was pretty
one
resilient
administration to
coming
the
back.
other.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm not a big, huge Martha Stewart fan, but that just reminded me.
I
of
love
it.
Martha
Yeah.
Stewart. I love her. It's like now she's with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
Her and
well,
Snoop
what?
Dogg do the.
yeah, and it goes into how her
They
and
connected?
Snoop Dogg and connected.
Oh, they do like I think they even have like a cooking
Dude, they
show
have
together.
like
Yeah.
they've built each other up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So that's just like what we were talking about,
helping,
right?
Yeah.
Who would ever think Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg would work together, right?
Collab.
But they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, in
It's
that,
a great yin and yang too.
so they brought, yeah, exactly. They brought their sides
Yeah.
together, and
Right.
so that
Yeah.
was actually pretty brilliant.
She's got cred now because she's been in the clank.
Yeah,
And
street
he
cred,
he never went. He got charged for like accessory to murder or something.
Yeah,
A lot of people
murder
forget that.
is the case
Oh.
they gave.
A lot of people forget that about Snoop Dogg, but
Yeah.
bro was like involved in a murder in the
Yeah, yeah.
90s. So,
Yeah.
but hey, you gotta love America.
Yeah.
Like
Going-
good comeback
I got
story.
another
You know?
allowance.
George Strait. That's about it.
Yeah. Who's the guy? Denison guy? Travis?
Travis Tritt.
Randy Travis.
Oh, Randy.
He's
Travis.
always in it. What was
Wait,
he the one?
Denison guy? That was
He
real.
comes. He comes
No,
to
he
Denison.
he was in here not too long ago.
He
I
might be
guess.
an Oklahoma guy.
But yeah, no, remember he got pulled over.
Was it on a lawnmower?
No, he's in a car. I don't know what he was doing.
I thought he was on.
He did something crazy. And naked. I don't know what it was. I forget.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Randy Travis. Yeah, Reba's the Denison.
Yeah, I was gonna say Reba's Denison for sure.
Reba's Pottsboro. She lives in.
She like lives there now.
Well, she has a. I mean,
Oh, she got the-
what's his name?
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I know she's got all the ranch house and stuff. I got to do
Yeah.
security when I was 15 for her.
No,
and
she has
Joe
a property.
Nichols.
Joe
I don't know if she
Nichols.
still lives there.
That was
So-
a long time ago.
We were in high school, and I'm not a country music guy, if you can't tell.
I don't know.
But I actually do like old country, but I went to a house party with like a little group of friends, and Joe Nichols was there. This is like before he was big, but he had played like Cutters, and I didn't know who he was. He's like
I still don't know.
very new. I was in high school. I was like 18, so he's like very new, like getting big, if you will. And my buddy was into country. He's like, just Joe Nichols sitting at our table, and I'm like, fucking Joe Nichols is, but no idea who he was. But yeah, it's kind of a cool story to tell, though.
So let me tell you a cool
There's
story.
like 6 of us.
If we're
there.
telling
I mean, like
cool
a party,
stories,
but,
that is cool. I don't know who the guy is, but that's always
Joe Nichols. He's
played with Reba quite a few times.
But anyway, so a funny story. Me back when I was in the car business, I get I guess it was like you call a lead. Anyway, this guy saying, he was an agent for a certain former NFL player and all this blah blah blah. And I was like, whatever, right? Anyway, so we kept on this conversation for about 3 days, and he wanted to see this car. And so finally, he told me who it was, and it said Michael Irvin, and I was like, ain't no way. So, and he wanted to see it was this Yukon, decked out Yukon. So I thought, well, I'll just go see, right? The day before, my phone busted, and I had to take it. It was back when you took your phone to the store, and they kept it for however long, right?
Back in the singular days.
Yeah,
just pre AT&Ts.
Yeah, so I didn't have my phone with me. So anyway, I hop in this car, and I drive to Plano to meet Michael Irvin. So I pull up to this gate, and I'm thinking, the guy gave me the code, or I told him I was coming at the gate and everything. And I thought, well, this got to be legit. Something's going down.
Somebody got money here.
I mean, something's going down. So I'll pull in, I roll up, I get to this place, and I go in, and I'll be damned. It's Michael Irvin. It's the play. And dude, I almost shit my britches because I really didn't think I was.
Did you wear brown pants that day?
Yeah. I was like, I'm wearing shorts and just a polo shirt, and I'm with Michael Irvin. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, we come in, we hang out, we're in his office, and I still see his office when he's talking in his office. And I still remember there was a bowl of maybe like dried up chili bowl with a spoon in it. A pair of socks sitting on his desk, but behind him was all trophies and just all kinds of stuff. And the big living room, and he's talking about this couch, dude, was so huge. I was like, damn, that's a big couch. He goes, oh, yeah, I got some big friends. I was like, oh, man.
Imagine that.
Anyways, cool house. And then his little guy, that I guess his little assistant or whatever, a little bit later, he goes, are you cool? He goes, yeah, I'm cool. You can leave. So he left. So it's probably noon, 1 o'clock. Me and Irvin hop in the car, the test drive or whatever. And we're going to where his kid goes to school because they're practicing or something. You gotta go pick up the kid.
Yeah.
And then they had a sports banquet afterwards or whatever. So we're rolling, and while we're rolling, the cool thing was his phone rings, and he's like all checking like this, and you could tell he didn't want to answer it, but he was like, it kept on ringing. He'd hang up, and it'd ring back. So finally he answered it. And the first call was NFL Network. They were his agent was get in touch with him about doing the gig at NFL Network. Oh, wow. So I was in the car when he got that call.
There you go.
Second call, I was in the car with him, was Dancing with the Stars.
Good luck.
Did he do Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It was in the car when he got that call. But anyway, so I was asking him about him not answering his phone. He goes, when you're in my position, he goes, you got a lot of demons out there. He's talking about them girls.
Yeah.
He goes, you got a lot of demons.
Yeah, I was going to ask what year this was.
So this was probably.
So I was thinking if y'all made a trip to Harry Hines or not.
No. So this was probably 2000 and.
So this is post
2, 3. No. This is probably 2008 or 9.
Okay. Oh, so you're way past.
The
demon days. Did you watch that? Jerry Jones Cowboys documentary on Netflix.
I haven't seen that.
Oh man, it goes pretty deep on Irvin, how he got busted. So apparently, like I think it's like Las Colinas. They all just had like these rent houses.
Close to the stadium, practice fields.
And it was just like a cul-de-sac of like debauchery. It was insane.
Oh yeah, it was great. But anyway, I got to hang out with Michael Irvin all day long.
Make the sale?
Did
you buy the car?
No. So what it turned out to be, what he ended up wanting to do is wanting us to he wanted to be like our spokesperson.
Oh.
He wanted it
for
for
the
free?
dealership.
He wanted the car
Kinda,
for free,
sorta.
didn't he?
We ended up doing it with Dirk Nowitzki and Jason Terry,
Okay.
which is
Yeah,
another thing. I
that's-
got to
hey.
do commercials with them. It was
Oh,
yeah?
kinda cool.
Yeah, hey.
That's fun.
We gotta get those out. We gotta pull them
So
out.
where
Gotta
this-
show
where's
it
this
where
at,
it
Bubba?
goes.
I know. I never get to tell these stories. But anyway, so it was cool to hang out with him all day long.
Yeah.
Even to the evening at this sports bank when everybody thought I was somebody because I was with Michael.
Yeah.
You know, they just thought I
Were you
was.
still in your polo? And
I wasn't dressed up or
This
anything.
is
I was-
high school. It was much.
yeah, man.
he's like, man, I wish I'd have known I'd dressed nicer.
I know. 'Cause I
Pants
honestly, I didn't really expect it
yeah.
Yeah, I
to
wouldn't either.
be him. But
You end up at a
we
sports
carried on
banquet.
conversations. You know, obviously, I'm trying to be our thing, but
Yeah.
Anyway, it was kind of cool.
That's nice.
That's fun.
That's my story.
Sticking to it.
But you didn't make
Yeah.
the sell, though. Huh?
Yeah, I was expecting you to sell, or at least, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Didn't buy your fleet, all the things, all the vehicles.
No, but I tell you what, we can go into that.
There,
Sound like bragging.
Hey,
brag.
Okay,
Brag away.
so I talked about the Dirk Nowitzki, Jason
Yeah.
Terry. We're shooting the commercial.
oh yeah, two of my favorites.
This is the
Loved watching
The
them back in the day.
2011.
Hey, that show right there.
yeah. There you go. Oh, there you go. So we go down
Cooper
to
Flag era.
Ah, yeah.
American
Started
bringing it
Airlines to shoot the commercial right inside the practice court or whatever. So we're sitting there, and I have this Wonder Bread jacket on. So it was back in that day, right?
Yeah.
What was it, Talladega Nights?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And so my the commercial was Bubba Joe Jr. or something like that. What was the guy's name in Talladega?
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, I was like,
Ricky Bubba
You,
Joe
you threw
Jr.
me off
was
with what
it.
you were saying. I was
Yeah,
like,
Ricky
that's all
Bubba Joe Jr. was my name in the
You're Ricky
commercial.
Bubba Joe Jr., huh?
Yeah.
right. Say that 3
So I
times.
had the hat on
Uh-huh.
and the jacket on, you know, just looked like a complete douchebag. And the commercials were really, really cheesy, but they went along.
Are these
with
on YouTube? I got.
No,
That's what
they're
I
not.
wondered.
They,
That's why I was
they
like, they
took
gotta
them
be
down.
somewhere. Yeah.
I've been trying to get them. I have a CD
Okay.
of them all, but it's
You still
cracked,
got-
and I
you
gotta
still got
get
a
it.
CD player. You got
Yeah.
something to play it.
No, see, that's the
you
problem.
gotta go get a new computer to play the whole thing.
But anyway, so commercial wise, we're just sitting there kind of digging around the court, and we're playing basketball or whatever. And I said, all right, Dirk, I said, I got to get an assist, man. I said, here, you know, so I passed it to him.
Mhm.
He shot and made it. He goes, all right. He goes, you know, I've got to get one now from you. And he passes it, and I'm at the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mind you, I'm hungover doing this commercial. Anyway, he throws it to me, and I'm at the 3-point line, and I just chunk it up.
Yeah.
Swish.
Nothing but net.
I'd have missed
swear
so
to
bad.
God.
I'd thrown up a brick.
No, I swear. I was like, oh, shit. I swear to God. 3-point. Switched it. Probably never made a 3-point in my life. But I switched it. And then Dirt, he goes nuts, starts running
Yeah.
around. And he's pointing up there. He goes, Mark. You see that? Mark. You know, you need this guy, you know.
Did you do the Jet Terry since he was there?
No, I was just kind of like, oh, shit. I can't believe I just did that. You know? Anyway.
Was that at the AAC?
Yeah, the new
Oh,
one.
wow. Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. So we did. I think I did 2 commercials with them. With Dirk, whatever. Yeah.
But none of it exists. None
They're
on
on those.
YouTube.
They're on those CDs. No, they used to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they were shot at channel 12 is the one that shot them.
Okay.
So I forgot. I can't think of his name right off the bat. Scott Payne. He used to have them, but he left Channel 12. And before he left, I was like, I need to get a copy of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course.
As you
Get the
should.
master copy.
Mm-hmm. But I don't have it yet. But I got those CDs. They're cracked. I got to figure out how to
Yeah.
to get
Get them fixed.
repaired. Yeah.
As prior cloud days. So
Yeah, get them on the cloud.
couldn't get in the cloud those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
Well, that's enough about all that.
it's a cool story.
Wonderful story.
Very heart wrenching.
Oh, man.
One of the
I'm like
heartstrings.
living vicariously through you. I'm like, wait, you shot a 3-pointer on AAC
With
with Dirk Nowitzki? Like,
Yeah.
Jet,
No, it was
the
cool.
Jet Terry.
So yeah, Jet. And I remember they called Dirk always. The funny thing is he called. No, it wasn't Dirk. Jason would always say, "Tex Homa."
Oh,
Tex.
home.
He goes. Jason Terry would always say Tex
Yeah.
Homa, and Dirk would go, "No, Tex Homa, not Tex Homa."
so what do you think it was like home?
Yeah,
Tex Home?
Homa.
Tex
Yeah.
Homa?
Tex.
He didn't
And
get
those dudes. I mean, they were freaking comedians.
Yeah.
Like on that CD, like
Yeah.
we got just some.
Was it just the outtakes or whatever?
Yeah,
they're
some
called?
outtakes. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they were pretty hilarious
Yeah.
to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, Dirk's got a lot of personality. I've seen him in interviews before.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. So
Yeah, he was one of my favorites. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was a badass.
2011.
Yeah, took him a minute, didn't it?
Yeah, he went off that year though.
Yeah. Oh,
That whole
it was
playoff
all
beat
fun.
out.
Shooting from a 45-degree angle.
Well, we
Oh,
beat
yeah.
the Thunder, who had, I think, like everybody.
Yeah.
Was it Thunder? Yeah, and then
Well,
the
is
Lakers.
Wasn't it the Heat though?
The Heat.
Yeah,
Or
well, we beat the
yeah.
Heat in the championship,
Yeah,
but that
okay.
whole run
That was
Yeah.
because we went like
Yeah, because the
Thunder.
Thunder
Absolutely
was who was
nuts.
supposed to run away with it
Yeah,
that year.
they had like
Right.
KD.
Yeah, because they were
Westbrook.
They
Oh,
were,
that's when they had the
Harden.
three and Harden.
Yeah,
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a three.
and then we went through Kobe and the Lakers.
yeah,
Like nobody expected. We like almost swept them.
yeah,
Yeah.
But then like it was LeBron, Wade, Bosch.
yeah,
Yep.
That's when they were like doing the
Big three.
like making fun of him.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
They still talk about that.
yeah. That's
Dwayne
right.
Wade, I saw an interview of Dwayne Wade. He's like, man, I should have never done that. That dude.
It went-
He's like, I pissed him off.
Yeah.
Pissed him off.
Woke up a demon over there and went nuts on us.
So I think that year before the season, Jason Terry is when he got the tattoo.
Yeah.
The championship.
Was it that
Oh.
year? Yeah.
Yeah, it was before the season,
Oh,
and he
okay.
got.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Bold move.
yeah, that was bold.
I remember just like randomly we were in Vegas when they beat them in Game 6, I think it was, and won it. So that was like a cool
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Like
cool.
we were
Yeah.
like in Vegas and we had our Mavs shirts on and walking around on the strip. People were just like yelling at each other. Like anytime you saw a Mavs fan, they're like Mavs.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I'm trying not to get my hopes about the Aggies right now. Not to change the subject.
Were they 3?
We're number 3.
Yeah.
The higher we go, the harder we fall. Though.
Yeah.
We jokingly call it battered Aggie syndrome. And through college, because I did my master's there, so I was there for 6 years. We were
My
literally
nephew did the same
500.
as well. Yeah.
We were 500 for every game we won. We lost one, so we beat Bama when they were number 1.
Yeah.
But then we would lose to Vandy when they were not number 1. Like now, Vandy's pretty good right now.
Was that the
Back then they
Manziel
were.
days?
Well, I was right before them.
Oh, okay.
So that's I was out at UCLA when he was.
Yeah,
around.
they were kind of up and down.
Yeah,
for Manziel.
But
Yeah.
it's just like we win the games that we shouldn't, and then we lose the games that you're like we were 35-point favorites.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing here? And we're hoping that we can. If we finish, I don't care what we do. We've won 7 games. People are like, there's a SEC stories or SEC shorts, and like they call her Hope, and they keep bringing Hope around for us, and they're like, hey, y'all got 7 games. Hope. Y'all can still get to an 8-5 season. Y'all can still get to y'all's normal season. We're like, no.
Well, this year's kind of funny because Texas started.
Oh yeah.
1.
Oh, yeah. they
Well,
were
and
supposed
Penn
to-
State
So,
1 and
yeah.
2,
Yeah.
and they're the fastest 2 to fall from the rankings,
Yeah.
like ever. So from ranked to unranked, or preseason 1 to not.
Well, old boy got fired. Franklin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's But like most people would still have a job if they did the job he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had as many wins and this, that, and the other. So she just doesn't win the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that college football thing's crazy.
Yeah,
right now.
this year it's there's so many SEC teams in the top 12 or 10 right now, and it's gonna all play out because they all play each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about to get scary for us because we're LSU, Mizzou.
Who do y'all got this week?
It's LSU. that
LSU.
game.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, in Death
And they're
Valley.
10. Are they 10 or 20? I don't remember. What
They're definitely a top 15 team, or I think they are. But yeah, playing there. No, they felt pretty close to 20.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're 20. Yeah.
Recently. But yeah, we play them, and then we play at Mizzou, and then we play. There's another one, Samford, which is not a big deal, but we play Texas too, and it's all road teams.
Yeah.
We're going out.
So here's what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna win all those, and then you're gonna lose at Texas.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. I'm supposed to hate Texas. Some of my best friends went there. It's just what it is. I'm not a Texas hater, but I can't wait for the game 2 years from now. I literally took care of my lodging for a game it's over a year from now. I have the entire weekend for 8 people already paid for in full, so I'd lock it in. So that's next Thanksgiving. Excited for it already, but I can't wait.
All right, we got our sports in.
There we go.
brought it
So
in.
instead of conspiracies,
Circle it back.
hey, I can do conspiracies or sports. Big fan of both. So
Yeah, I like it.
we did sports today. I'm safe.
You're safe.
Hey, no trouble.
Live
Not
to see
trouble.
another day.
Blaine, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot,
for having
buddy.
me, guys. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, y'all give Blaine a call. How can they find you?
Just call my agency. Call the guys 289. Sorry, 903-289-1487. I try to get that number, not mine. So I want them to call my guys.
Yeah. That way,
We'll probably throw it on the bottom somewhere.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something,
throw it right.
Yeah, just the Brawley Agency, Goosehead Insurance.
Like
Find us if
and
you Google it.
subscribe.
Yeah. hit that like, subscribe.
Birdie's way into YouTube now. Like I was filming.